Today is all about Christmas and it's all mini. Okay, maybe not super mini, but all small items to decorate your cocoa bar. It's part of a challenge and I am super excited. Welcome to my channel, Freckled Mom DIY. I'm Devin. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey, let's go make something adorable. So this is a decor piece that I got from Target. It was in the dollar spot and it was $5 and it is super cute, and you could do this for a tiered tray, but I'm using it on this decor piece and it's going to be for a cocoa bar. So this is actually a ladder I had made for my fall and I loved it so much. I thought it was so cute, so I am just redoing it. I'm painting it all in my Rust-Oleum linen chalk paint, and I'm just giving it a nice fresh coating, and I'm going to replace that part that says apples. And I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do, but I knew it wasn't going to say apples because we're doing cocoa. So if you guys know me, you know I love my coffee, but I also love my cocoa. I am such a big fan of winter and fall and all these like cozy times. I just love it. I love chilly weather. I love all the holidays. So here I had picked up some stamps from Michael's in the clearance section, and I'm just giving them one quick little stamp, and there's no rhyme or reason. I just think these are all super cute, so I just did all the ones that I wanted to do. You could do whatever you wanted here, and if you haven't seen that other video, I will link it down in my description. And here it is. Very simple, super cute, and this could really go for a tiered tray or anywhere you just want to add a little cuteness because this is adorable. Okay, so this one is literally so cute. So I have a bunch of wooden beads here, and I think I have 12, and you're gonna see as we go. I wasn't sure what to do, so here I am painting them in my linen white, and I'm holding it with one of my tools for the Cricut, and I don't even use the Cricut anymore. I use a Cameo, but I love the tools and I use them for things that aren't even related to the Cricut. And I just think this is a great way to paint it. I'm going to show you here. I just have the ball and I am trying to pick it up, and then I say, why not just stick it through the hole? So that is definitely a good idea if you have fumbly, clumsy fingers like me. And I just did one coat of paint on all these balls. I did 8 white balls, and you're going to see that once it dries, I do take it off and I just fix that little corner right there from where it was being held, and that's it, and I let it dry. So this was a little garland from the Dollar Tree. I cut it all off and I have it all separate right now. I painted it with a paintbrush first, my linen chalk paint. I was getting a little bit of a hand cramp, so I brought it out to my garage. If you guys know, I had shoulder surgery, so some things are still a little tough. I just spray painted it in the garage. It did just fine. And then I have the 4 other balls here, the wooden beads, and I painted that in my apple barrel flag red. So now I just have some twine here. You could use ribbon or string or whatever you have. I'm just tying a knot on this, and I'm hot gluing the knot so that way it doesn't fall through the hole. I'm not the best at making knots for some reason, so I just like to put my glue on just so it is secure. And I'm going to put the beads on now, and I do white, red, and white, and then I'm gonna adhere it or attach it to the next snowflake. As you can see, we are making a garland. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to make my knots again. So I do twine, the wooden beads, the snowflake, and then another knot. And we're going to keep doing this along the whole garland. So I wanted to show you guys what I did here. So I just cut the extra twine and I hot glue it down. I like everything to be super secure because we got kids in this house, we got animals, we got dogs and cats. everybody runs around. We definitely have a busy house, and I do not want anything falling down or getting jostled around. So I am all about the function and securing it and make sure that it is secure. So we are going to keep going here. I have my white, my red, and my white again. And I only did one coat for the wooden beads. I think it had a great coverage. I wasn't too worried about it. And I am just putting those knots on the edges again. I just think this is the sweetest thing. I love garlands. I never was a big fan of garlands. I think I always attributed garlands to like a country theme, and I swear I don't know if it was, you know, somebody who had awful country style in my family or when I was growing up, but I hated country theme. And now I am about any kind of theme, any style. I ran to Hobby Lobby the other day and I picked up all kinds of Christmas decor, and I found this beautiful big shrub of these pine needles, and I'm just hot gluing these right to my snowflakes. And right now, you know, Hobby Lobby does not have coupons anymore, but they are having crazy sales on fall and Christmas. So definitely head there if you are close by to a Hobby Lobby. Here I am cutting up a little pick I had gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to hot glue these right to my snowflakes. This is part of a challenge crafted by Corie's mini challenge. There are so many amazing creators on this playlist, so make sure you head down to my description to check them out. Also check out Corie's channel. If you haven't met her yet, you will love her, I promise. Now let's get right back into this project. I am so excited. This is the cutest craft ever. I am really loving this red and white with the green. I think it is very refreshing, and it is obviously super adorable. Like, I think this is the cutest garland I've ever made. And that little block there I made in a previous video, I will also link that down below. This is just so adorable and I love it so much. If you're new or coming over from the playlist, welcome. We are redoing our 1925-year-old cottage room by room. We do some home improvement, Dollar Tree crafts, DIY, gifts and decor, thrift flipping, and more. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know how much I appreciate you. I think this is seriously the sweetest thing I've ever made. I mean, maybe not really, but it's just so cute. So this was from the Target dollar spot. I think it was $3, and these are really nice. I did keep those little Merry Christmas guys for another project. Right now I'm going to use something I got from BB Crafts. I do have a link down below which will give you, I believe, $5 off of your first purchase. So here I am just going through the keys. It was a key and tag set. So I have the keys here and the tag, and the tags are a little big, so I am just going to cut them down a little bit so they fit a little bit better around these little jars. I think this is so cute. I love vintage things. I love keys. I love like metal and paper. Like, I just love all the different textures and colors of this. I think this is so sweet, but it didn't have enough for me. So I went through with that same flag red, and I just dry brush like all around it. First I was just gonna do the corners, and then I was like, let's just do it. Like, go big or go home. It's Christmas. Come on, guys. So I just went through the entire thing, and I was gonna add some antique wax, but then I decided to go through with my stamp set again. I love my stamps that I got the other day that were on clearance. I just think they're super cute, and I just think this is a nice little added touch without having to pull out your Cricut or your stencils. Just a nice little stamp, and boom, you're done. So here is some twine, and this came with a big bunch of twine. And again, you can just go to BB Crafts. I will have the link down in my description, but they have so many cute things. It is just adorable. Such a cute website, and everything is really well priced. So I'm just gonna tie this right to my jar. These jars are for my cocoa and my marshmallows. Well, I actually didn't use marshmallows, which you'll see at the end, because my family isn't a big marshmallow family. I am, but nobody else is. So I ended up putting some yogurt covered raisins just to have a little snack, but you'll see that at the end. Right now we're still getting our cocoa bar ready. You guys know that my coffee bar, well, cocoa bar, is new. I love it. If you have one of these, do you love decorating for every holiday? I am obsessed. This is now my second time decorating it, and I am just so in love. And how adorable is this? Like that little thing with the wheels on it, that was also found from the Target dollar spot. I believe it was $5. It might have been $3, but there was also a clearance section. So you guys know I was hitting up clearance. So here is some fabric ornaments. So the ornaments were from the Dollar Tree, and the fabric I got from Walmart, and I was trying a couple different things. So you're going to see me fumbling around for a little bit here. I decided to cut this in half and then try to stuff it inside, and I don't know what I was thinking because it wasn't working. I guess, I don't know, it just wasn't working the way I wanted it to. So I just went through and I cut strips. So no set size, I just kept cutting until, and ripping obviously, until I got to the size I wanted. And I'm going to do this almost like I did my pumpkins, if you saw that a few videos ago, but this time at like an angle. So you gotta be careful, because if you have the hot glue gun on the plastic, it will melt it. So just do a quick strip. Don't hold your hot glue gun on the plastic. You know what I mean? And if you have sensitive fingers, please be careful. I have neuropathy. I cannot feel the glue. Sometimes I do, but it is not that bad. But please, if you do not have neuropathy, protect your fingers. Even if you have neuropathy, protect your fingers. So you can see what I'm doing here. I am just putting a strip of glue, and then I'm wrapping the fabric. I tried to roll it on the ball, and it was kind of messy. So now I'm wrapping it. I'm holding it and pulling it tight, and then wrapping it. And it's just giving a really cute finish. I am sealing the edge over there, so you can see I bent it just to make it a nice clean straight edge. And that's our first strip. So we're going to keep doing this, guys. Like, this is going to be a little monotonous, but I have a new craft room with a new TV. Super exciting. So I can watch all my favorite crafters while I'm just doing these monotonous kinds of crafts. Sometimes I don't watch TV, so I definitely enjoy having quiet time, but for certain projects like this, it was nice having that TV. I could watch my friends crafting on YouTube. It was a nice evening. So I am just going to keep going. And if you see what I'm doing, there's no rhyme or reason. I am literally just putting on the fabric. I'm changing the sides up, and then I'm doing it the other way just so I can roll the entire ball up. Now this was sped up a little bit, and I am just going through now and hot gluing all the edges down so it's a little bit more bally, you know what I mean? So it's not like just fabric everywhere. So I'm just kind of tightening up everything. And I do have some twine here. I'm going back over the edge of the ornament. I had stuck it back in, and I will show you guys this again, but here is just a bunch of hot glue and a bunch of wrapping. So nothing special, just hot gluing and wrapping, hot gluing and wrapping. I was trying to cover up as much as I could of that silver. It is definitely a cheapy plastic, and I did not want it being seen. So here is kind of difficult to explain. So I looped it through, and now I'm looping it over my fingers, and I'm making a loop. I stick it back in, and I'm holding it where I want it so I don't close up the loop that I want, because I want to hang this. So now I have it where I want it, and I'm just going to make a couple of knots down at the bottom, and I'm just going in and out and making knots while I keep that loop around my finger, so that way I don't lose the size that I want. I love this twine with this buffalo check. I think this is super cute, and I just think it's adorable. You could use this like on your Christmas tree as decor, or wherever you want to hang it. Maybe hang it from like your rear view mirror. Like, this is really, you could put this anywhere. And then I just hot glued the edge down so there were no free little guys hanging anywhere of the twine. And now this is for the second ornament, and I just did what I did before, but now I have more intention because I know what I'm doing. So I just ripped my fabric up, and now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I am hot gluing on the fabric, and then I'm wrapping it on the ornament. And I'm going to keep doing that. And again, you guys are going to see this a little faster in a second. And remember, I did roll over the edges and just clean up the edges a little bit so it wasn't like super frayed looking and uneven. And then around the edges of the ornament, you can see right now how it's kind of like boxy looking. So that's where I had gone through and I had tightened up all those edges that you can see out that are like looping out right now. All those got tightened up with hot glue. And I'm sure there's other ways you could do it, but I just had the hot glue out and I would just hot glue it, push it down, hot glue it and push it down. So it made a ball very quickly. And I just think this is so adorable. And again, you could do, I'm sure you could use like a really thin paper, but the fabric was really nice. And I had made some fabric pumpkins a couple videos ago and I just loved how they came out. I'll put those down in my description too if you want to see the link to that video. But I'm doing the same thing. I just put it through the top of the ornament holder. I loop it around my fingers and I'm going to match it to the size of the other one. And then once I get the size I want, I loop it through again. And then I'm going to start making some knots. So I just do like a bunch of different things. I'm sure there's like an actual way to make these knots that makes it like uniform, but I don't know how to do that. So I just did like little knots and it worked out just fine. So however you do it, even if it's not the way that like textbook crafters do it, don't worry about it. You do whatever you want to do when you're crafting. There's no rule book. There's no wrong or right way of doing certain things. Do whatever is best for you. And that's it, guys. I'm just going to hot glue that little edge down again just so it looks finished and nothing is hanging. I think this is so sweet, and I just think it is a nice contrast with all that red and white that I have on my cocoa bar, and I just think this is super cute. One went in that little decor holder and one went next to the garland and is hanging, and I just think it is so cute. And I just hope the cat doesn't see it because he will definitely be knocking those over. So this one is really sweet. I have this little bottle here, and this is from Dollar Tree, and it has a little handle. Oh my goodness, it is so cute. So I had this glitter vase filler. I know I always say don't use glitter, but it is Christmas, and I lie. Use glitter. Use all the glitter. It is a great holiday for glitter. And I'm just throwing in a whole bunch of these into my jar here. And they were all different sizes, some big ones, some little ones. I just threw them all in. And then I have these picks I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure what you call those. They're just like little pom-poms, super cute. So I had my twine out and I decided to wrap the twine around the top of the jar. And then I was going to add the cork, because I still wanted the cork there in case I want to redo this project again and I don't want to lose the cork. So it looks like I meant to do this for the look, but it's really so I can use the cork again at a later date. So I'm just hot gluing the twine to the cork and I'm just going to leave it hanging there. So maybe for another holiday I can try to take out some of those balls and reuse this. Who knows? I don't know, but I like to have my options open here. Plus this is super cute. Like, I just think this is so adorable with the little cork hanging out, and you're gonna see it, but we have this little gnome over here. We have some other picks, and I'm just assembling everything and just sticking it all in. You can see the bottom of the picks here, but I don't think it really matters. I don't think it's really that noticeable. I mean, now that I told you, of course you're gonna notice it, but I just think it's super cute. And that gnome is adorable. I didn't make him, but you could just make him. But again, I got it at Hobby Lobby and a lot of things were on sale, so I really didn't spend that much. I think he was like 90 cents. Super cute. Totally in love with this. So I have another fabric project here. These are little cones. I got these at Walmart. They came in a little 2-pack, and I'm just making sure that they fit inside my little holder there. This fabric I also got at Walmart, and I think I spent like $6.70 on all 5 of those pieces, and they're pretty big, so it was actually, you know, well worth it. And I am going to roll these up, and there's really no rhyme or reason, at least for me. I'm not sure. I had this idea, and then I actually saw Jackie from Blessed Beyond Measure do it with a different kind of fabric, but she still had issues too. So however you're gonna get it, just get it on there. It's I mean, if you have a trick that works every time, please tell me. But for right now, I just hot glued it and rolled it, and then pulled it tight and hot glued it and rolled it. So, and I'm pretty sure that's what Jackie did. So I think I have seen people cut it in like almost like an oval shape at the bottom, and that way when you roll it, it just kind of goes along the edge. But again, I like easy crafts, and I wanted this to be quick and easy. Like I said, I had shoulder surgery, so not everything is super easy right now, and I was just trying to do easy crafts that I knew I could handle. So I'm just pulling this tight and trying to get all the seams down, and so it's nice and flat. You can see I had tucked the corners up on the top, and now I'm just cutting off the excess on the bottom. And now I am going to hot glue the bottom because I want this to stand up straight. So I'm just hot gluing it. Be very careful, because I did get myself a couple times. For me saying I never hurt myself, I did get myself a couple times. So definitely use your finger protectors and be careful. And again, if you're using hot glue, and sometimes with the styrofoam, it definitely melts it. So be careful that you're not melting it and then melting your finger to it or whatever. So here we are doing the second tree. I had 2 of them in a package, so I figured why not? And I have a bunch of this fabric, and so I just cut it again, and we're gonna do the same thing, but now I kind of have an idea how I'm gonna do it because I just did it. I just want to remember, like a little burrito, just to tuck in the top. So I'm rolling it, seeing if I need to cut anything off, and then I'm just going to tuck those little pieces in. And I'm using, you could use like an adhesive spray, but I think when you're rolling it, it would make a little bit of a mess on like your mat or your table. That's just what I think, but go ahead and try it if you like that opposed to the hot glue. I think the hot glue worked just fine though. You could also use pins, whatever you have in your craft room or in your craft stash, whatever works for you. So I'm gonna go around the bottom again, and I'm going to hot glue all the edges of the tree down. I just love all these colors. I think this is so adorable, and you could totally personalize this to whatever you like. I just love cocoa, so I was really excited about this, and I just think everything came together so sweet. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you like these kind of videos, please consider doing so now. Don't forget, there is a playlist down in my description, as well as the link to Corie's channel. Make sure you check it out before you head out today. I have a lot coming up, so make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. I have an upcoming challenge, Room by Room, on November 4th, co-hosted by Jenny from Lovely Moments Creating. If you'd like some more information about that, please send me a private message. The links to all my supplies are down in my Amazon store, as well as links to my Linktree, my Instagram and Facebook, as well as my Couture, and some other great links for my coupon codes, including my BB Crafts. If you haven't seen my invitation, you are invited to my live movie night, Hocus Pocus, tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find that on my Freckled Mom DIY channel. I will talk to you guys very soon, and I hope you have a great day. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.